Many artists have depicted the Transfiguration of Jesus. We'll look at some of those works of art. If you want to see the pictures really big, go to the class website and you'll find pictures that you can make much larger. The first is a mosaic. It was made in about 565, a little more than 500 years after Jesus was crucified. A mosaic is a picture that is made by putting little pieces of tile together to make a picture. This is in the ceiling of the monastery of St. Catherine at Mount Sinai in Egypt. It is in a part of the ceiling that is curved like a dome. The artist represented Jesus as the light of the world. Here is a second image of that same mosaic. You can better see the location of the mosaic in the ceiling. The next is a painting. It was made sometime in the 1100s, about 900 years ago. It also is in St. Catherine's Monastery at Mount Sinai in Egypt. It appears to be a fresco painted directly onto a wall. The next painting was made in about 1300, a little over 700 years ago, by the artist named Duccio. It is about 18 inches by 18 inches, about 1.5 feet square. The painting is called the Transfiguration. It is part of the large piece of art called Maesta. We have looked at other paintings that the artist Duccio made for the Maesta. Together, the paintings told the story of Jesus' life. The Maesta was made to be put on an altar inside a huge church building in Italy. The piece of art had 2 sides, and it had different paintings on each side. The art piece was inside the church for about 450 years. Then it was cut into pieces, leaving many individual paintings, and the individual paintings are now all over the world. Last week, we looked at the artist Duccio's painting about the temptation of Christ, when Jesus was in the desert for 40 days and the devil tried to tempt Jesus. Earlier, we looked at the artist Duccio's painting that shows when Jesus called Andrew and his brother Simon Peter to be apostles, to be fishers of men. All 3 paintings are in the bottom row of paintings on the back side of the Maesta. The painting of the Transfiguration is the second from the right. Now, the Transfiguration painting is in an art gallery in London, England. The next art was created in the year 1403 by the artist Theophanes the Greek. The artist painted on wood. The piece is 6 feet high and about 4.5 feet wide. That means that it is as tall as a man. It is in an art gallery in Moscow, Russia. The next painting was made in the year 1487 by Giovanni Bellini. The artist used oil paint on wood. The painting is in a museum in Naples, Italy. The painting is almost 4 feet high and 5 feet wide. Next is a painting by Raphael. He worked on the painting until he died in the year 1520, 500 years ago. It was his final work. It is painted on wood. It is more than 13 feet high and 9 feet wide. It's higher than the ceiling in your bedroom. It is in an art gallery in the Vatican City. The painting shows the Transfiguration of Jesus at the top. Below that, the painting shows the next story told in the Gospels. It tells the story of a father begging Jesus to heal his son, who is possessed by a demon. The next painting is by Peter Paul Rubens. It was painted in 1605. It is oil paint on canvas. It is 22 feet wide and over 13 feet high, bigger than the wall at the end of our classroom. It is in a museum in France, in the city of Nancy. Like Raphael's painting of the Transfiguration, this painting also has a scene below the scene of the Transfiguration. The last painting is by James Tissot. He painted this in about 1891. That's when my grandmother was born. The painting is watercolor over a pencil drawing on gray paper. It's about 9 inches high and about 6 inches wide. It is at a museum in Brooklyn, New York.